Oh, we have to bring the camera. It's fine. Okay. Lotta, will you please answer my questions? On the night of the murder, why were you loitering around the victim's room?
I told you, didn't I, for my scoop?
What I want to know about are the details of the scoop.
That's not something I can tell you. I mean, that there's my bread and butter.
Okay, then. An unpleasant tabloid photographer looking for a scoop. I'm going to say that you were looking into a scandal. Could it be that you, Lotta Hart, were looking for a break with a huge story? Perhaps unfolding a scandal between Juan Corrida and this person.
This woman.
She's Adrian Andrews, Matt Ungar's manager. The Nickel Samurai's manager, caught secretly meeting with his rival, the Jammin' Ninja. It would be the hottest story of the season, wouldn't it?
You're pretty good at this guessing thing, Mr. Lawyer. But you can't make up any old little thing and think it'll make the papers. You gotta have backup.
Backup.
Yeah, you gotta have that. That's what it is. News sauce.
You mean news source.
That's it. So, show me something that shows that one guy had something to do with Miss Andrews.
Then the clipping. This is the article from a certain weekly tabloid. Jammin' Midnight Rendezvous? To the mysterious yet beautiful manager to the stars, Miss A.A. Mr. Corrida didn't have a manager of his own. What more? His rival, Mr. Engard's manager, Adrian Andrews. She had the initials A.A. You saw this article and thought to take some pictures of them as proof. That's why you were looking around Mr. Corrida's door last night. There we go. Now we went to the right person. It's fine. You were looking into Mr. Corrida and Miss Andrews' affair, weren't you?
You got it. I was gonna get myself a scoop by catching them in the secret meeting.
But there's already an article about it in one of the weekly tabloid magazines. It's no longer breaking news.
What'd you just say? Her initials are AA. What kind of vague thing is that? There ain't no proof of nothing. People are gonna want to see some real proof. Well, at least I do. That's what I was doing, getting photos. Oh, I'm gonna whip up the reader's interest with some gossip and a little Miss Million. Then spice it up and have myself an exclusive story.
Well, a lot of nice journalistic integrity you got there.
I already finished writing up my spicy article, you know. But paper I wrote it on, my note to myself, it's gone. Your note to yourself? That's inside the case of my $1,600 camera. They done run off together. I came here for my big story. Don't come here to have my treasure disappear on me.
Yeah, I understand.
It's enough to make a gal go bonkers, I tell you. What's with people now, anyway? I never thought I'd see the day when someone does steal something from me.
You really want that note back, huh? I've got no idea why, though. The story on that note is probably a bold-faced lie. Okay. Now we need to go back here. Let's head to criminal affairs. Why did I say it like that? Detective Gumshoe said they had an investigation. Okay, wait.
Oh, he's back. Hey, so you came, pal.
Oh, why the blunt greeting?
Because there's nothing to be friendly or happy about.
Oh, what do you mean by that?
Well, things look perfect this time around. The evidence and testimony are airtight.
But we can't just roll over and die. We have to stay positive. So what do you mean by the evidence is airtight?
I can't give you all the details, pal, but there's 2 big pieces. 2? And both of them are in this photo. The person's button missing from the victim's chest.
That button that you found during the body search of Mr. Engard.
Yep, I found it in the folds of Nickel Samurai special pants.
And the second one is...
And the knife in his chest, pal. The fingerprints on the knife in his chest, to be exact.
Fingerprints? Whose are they?
You didn't even have to ask, little missy. It's obvious. They're Matt Engard's.
Tomorrow's trial. Talk about stuck being between a rock and a hard place. So what about this airtight testimony?
It's old security lady, Miss Oldbag.
I thought so.
What do you mean you thought so? Did she tell you something, pal?
Well...
And I even told her not to open that mouth of hers and blab to anyone.
Her blab knob is stuck on 10 and there's no trying to get down, trust me.
Yeah, well, Miss Oldbag saw it all, pal. She saw Mr. Engard come out of the victim's room around the estimated time of death.
No way!
Wonder if we can show the article. Just out of curiosity.
We're pretty interested in this bit of gossip ourselves.
The scandal with Miss Corita, but why?
Well, 2 years ago, a woman committed suicide.
Suicide?
Her name was Celeste Impax. She was Juan Corita's manager.
The victim's manager.
But that's not all, pal. Miss Impax was Miss Adrian Andrews' mentor. She taught Miss Andrews everything she knew about the business from square one.
Her mentor?
A woman who was both Miss Corita's manager and Miss Andrews' mentor. Her suicide has something to do with this case.
You want to know more about it, pal? She was the victim's manager and also Miss Adrian's mentor. It's been 2 years since the suicide, and now those two are linked again by another death. Or maybe it's just a coincidence, but...
I'm getting sick of dealing with one foolish idiot after another.
But, Ms. Von Karma,
you can't seem to stop allying yourself with the enemy, can you? I don't need a traitor in my midst.
You don't. You don't mean.
I do, Scruffy. You have 30 minutes to get out of here. You are no longer needed. Goodbye.
That's...
Oh, wait. Please wait, sir. If I don't get this month's pay, I'll stop.
Quiet. If it weren't for traitors like you, I would have won. Is that what you want to say? Who? That voice. Edgeworth. Okay, I did get slightly spoiled for Edgeworth being in this chapter when I was trying to go through the walkthrough. Not like going through so I know what happens, but just trying to make sure, like, what am I missing? It's been a long time, Wright.
This person, this is Mr. Edgeworth.
What am I going to do with you? Still blaming others when things go wrong. You haven't changed a bit, Francesca. You! How dare you show your face to me without a shred of shame upon it! You soiled the Von Karma name, dragged it through the mud. You even ran away with your tail between your legs like the ill-bred dog you are. Are you talking about the Von Karma family creed? To be perfect in every way. Then let's hear it, Francesca. How are things going? I hear you were having a rough time maintaining perfection in this country. You seem to be getting crushed under the weight of it all. That's why I came back. Keep your assumptions to yourself. I haven't given in yet. I won't lose. This case is mine. I'll never hand it over to you. Never. Mr. Phoenix Wright, I will see you tomorrow in court. It will be a clinical lesson on the meaning of total victory. So the same wild mare she always was. I thought you, the prosecutor Miles Edgeworth, had gone and died.
Mr. Nick!
I never wanted to see you again. I think that's enough of a warm welcome from someone you haven't seen in a year. Are you going to run tomorrow's trial? You heard her right. That wild mare hasn't given in yet, it seems. So, no, I don't think I'll be making an appearance. Your hatred for me is quite unhealthy, not to mention one-sided. But I will say one thing. You can't win on your own at the trial tomorrow. What is that supposed to mean? I have something definitive that you lack. And working together is the definition of teamwork. It's the power to find the truth. The truth. In order to understand this case, you have to understand a certain truth. Well, if you ever feel the need for my assistance, it is available to you. I'm not in charge of this case, so I can be a bit more generous with information. But just what is going on inside his head? A lot of things may have happened, however, Manfred von Karma was still my mentor. And a perfect win record is a proof of von Karma. 1 year ago, you could not establish guilt in a few cases. Are those losses the reason you suddenly disappeared from the prosecutor's office? Did you leave because you had lost your perfect win record? To think that your motivation for prosecuting trials was so selfish. It'd been better for everyone if you never came back from the dead, Edgeworth. I see. Then let me ask you something. Why did you stand in the courtroom? What is your reason? Well, with Francesca, she almost always said, I will defeat you this time the instant she sees me. But the courtroom is not a personal battlefield for prosecutors and lawyers. I stand in the courtroom to defend my client. To save their lives. To save your client, you say? Those who think only of their own ego-driven goals. Those kind of prosecutors are reprehensible to me. Even if you're a prodigy, or someone like you, Edgeworth. It looks like there's still a lot you have yet to learn. A lot I've yet to learn. Me. Why is Phoenix being, like, super, like, cocky right now? Well, that's enough for now. The time will come when you will see. The time when you will see is coming soon enough. I don't know if he has anything to give me. Oh! I know where we need to go now. I wonder if he actually has anything to give me. Nope! Didn't mean to click that. Let's see if he has any. Okay, so he doesn't know anything about Celeste, which is interesting. Okay. Let's... Where the fuck did she go?
Huh, looks like Miss Andrews isn't here.
Oh, that's not good. I still have a few questions I want to ask her.
She has that psyche lock on her heart, right?
Well, we don't have much of a choice. I guess we'll have to come back later.
Yo, where is this? Where is this bitch? Do we just, like, look around? I wonder if Lotta has anything on Celeste. Okay. Nope, she has nothing. And we know Will doesn't have anything. I wonder if Old Bag has anything. Okay, so she doesn't have anything to say either. I wonder... I'm, like, curious as to who has information on Celeste.
What's wrong?
How much you want to know? What do you mean, how much? Mr. Lawyer, I may be your client, but I hope you'll keep yourself out of my personal life. No, I would never. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a lunch appointment I have to keep. You're in detention. Who in the world are you going to eat with, the security guard?
Mr. Nick?
The Celeste Impacts lady. Somehow I get the feeling she's a very important person in all of this.
Okay, so now that we have that, like, sketchiness, let's see if we can go back and... not Celeste. Find Adrian. Still not here. Huh. Because Lotta didn't give us anything. He has nothing else to give us. Let's see if he has anything.
Do you really think so? She was Adrian Andrews' mentor a long time ago. She was suddenly called away by a different show and became Juan Corrida's manager. And then, a few months later, Celeste Impacts died. That her death was ruled a suicide, right? Yes.
But there was still one riddle we've yet to solve.
Riddle.
Her suicide note.
It went missing. No one could find it. A suicide note that just vanished, huh?
I don't think there's...
Miss Impact's death was most certainly a suicide. Of that, there was no mistake. However, we could not find her suicide note. That's when the police began to suspect that someone had hidden it. The suicide note? But how do you know that Miss Impacts had even written such a note? There's no solid evidence. However, we did find traces of ink on her right index finger, which makes the likelihood of a suicide note very high. But who would hide such a thing? The police think it was Mr. Juan Corrida himself. The victim. He was the one who found her body, which makes him the only person who had a chance to hide her suicide note. Mr. Corrida hid his own manager's suicide note, but why? As long as her note is missing, any speculation beyond this is meaningless. For now, I think you should look this over. This is a suicide report. Part 1, anyway. Part 1.
Okay. I wonder if now we have enough. Because there's a part of me that is like... Huh. I wonder if Old Bag knows anything. Like, she has to. Really? Are you shitting me? Are you fucking shitting me?
I don't like to have to look through reports. I like suicide reports even less. Worst of all, there are reports that have multiple parts like that one. That one has 2. 2 parts. What you just handed me is the first part of the report. Here's the second part. The second part is about attempted suicide. The attempter's name, it's Adrian Andrews.
Miss Andrews, what did she do?
She tried to kill herself. She doesn't seem like the kind of person to try to kill herself, though. You think she's a strong career woman? That's just what she wants you to think. Adrian Andrews, she has a certain secret she's always trying to hide.
A secret?
Her dependent nature, that's what she really likes on the that's what she's really like on the inside. Miss Andrews, dependent. Talk about the exact opposite of what that woman is.
What's that? Oh, here it is.
What's this about Miss Andrews having a dependent nature? Adrian Andrews attempted suicide was a few days after the death of Celeste Impacts. And why did Adrian Andrews think about committing suicide? Because she had apparently lost her will to live. Lost her will, but why would she? Her pillar of strength, her mentor Celeste Impacts, was gone forever. That's why. Why would that?
Is this what they call following someone to the grave?
After her attempted suicide, Adrian Andrews started attending counseling sessions. She is someone who needs a person whom she can trust absolutely. And once she finds that person, she'll do anything she can to keep them near. Without such an anchor in her life, her crippling anxiety stifles her ability to live. And that's the nature of her dependency on others. When Celestine Pack suddenly committed suicide, the world before her turned pitch dark. That's according to Adrian Andrews herself. Then, that means her super confident attitude. It's all a facade. She's only copying her mentor's behavior to hold herself together. How terrible.
Okay, I think that's that feels like enough. Like, we shouldn't need anything else. Okay, yeah, she's back. Okay, so now we can do this.
Oh, Miss Andrews is here. It looks like she's talking with someone.
That's Francesca von Karma.
Miss Von Karma?
What are you doing here?
Well, you see, I'm his lawyer, so
You've got some nerve following me around.
following you.
That's you, Miss Von Karma. You're the one doing the following.
Pearls.
You're always following after that Mr. Detective with the little beard.
Me? Following after Scruffy? Don't make me laugh. Let me show you something interesting, little girl.
What is that?
An electromagnetic receiver. I planted a tracking device on that detective, and with this, I know that fool's every move.
So that noise we heard was this receiver. I feel really sorry for poor Detective Gumshoe now.
Now then, let's stop wasting time. Adrian Andrews? Yes? Think hard about what we just discussed. Understood? All right.
What were those two talking about?
Miss Andrews, she seems a little dazed, doesn't she?
Okay. So we need to go to the Magadama. Like, I don't think there's anything else we can do. Okay. Why was Wonkarita? Okay. We've seen all of this. We saw this. Okay. Get back here, Celeste.
Celeste Impact's your mentor.
How do you know about Celeste?
Miss Impact, she committed suicide, didn't she? But it looks like no one knows why. Right before her death, she was Wonkarita's manager. So, I believe you got close to Mr. Karita to find out more about her suicide.
You have a great imagination. You may have a future yet as a slimy muckraker for a putrid third-rate tabloid.
Miss Andrews?
There was no mystery surrounding her death. None. It would be pointless for me to force myself into a relationship for nothing.
Is that really true? Was there no mystery at all? I don't believe you were completely at ease with the way her suicide was resolved.
Get back here.
Miss Impact's suicide note was never found, was it? It looks like the police were under the suspicion that someone had hidden it. Like maybe the person who discovered her body, Mr. Karita.
What?
And Miss Andrews, I believe you thought the same thing. That's why you became intimate with Mr. Karita.
I sat back quietly and listened to your insulting ramblings long enough. It's true that Celeste was my mentor, however, allow me to say this again. It had nothing to do with me. I didn't even know that her suicide note was never found. I'm a person who doesn't care about what goes on in the lives of others.
That's the impression you'd like to give, however, I don't think that's who you really are.
What?
I have evidence that says otherwise. Proof that Celeste was someone special. Miss Andrews, you nearly went through with it too, didn't you?
Went through with what?
Ending your life. Miss Andrews, you look and act like a very strong woman who has had it all together. You don't ask for anyone's help, relying only on yourself.
Yes, I've been independent ever since I can remember.
However, that is all a lie, a facade. You've always searched out people on whom you can depend on. You were dependent on Miss Impacts, weren't you? Which is why, when she passed away, you lost everything you had.
Stop! When Celeste passed away so suddenly like that, I died a death of my own, but no matter how hard I try, I couldn't stop thinking about what had become of her note.
You must have heard about the police report. The one that said the police suspected Mr. Kurita of hiding Miss Impacts' note. You heard about it and thought to recover it from him by getting close, am I right? If that's the case, then everything changes.
What do you mean?
What topic did we start this conversation on again?
It was, why was the victim killed?
Exactly. Somehow, Miss Andrews, it seems that you have become one with a reason to want Mr. Kurita dead.
Me?
Miss Impacts was everything to you. And then she died. And you would do anything to find out why she killed herself. Even commit murder.
Murder? It's true. I'm a woman who can only live in insecurity. I'm physically small and I don't really have a lot of self-confidence. I've pushed again and against all that, though. I've tried to live strongly. I never wanted anyone to find out the truth.
Miss Andrews.
It's one thing I've wanted to take with me to the grave. It was my secret. Mine and mine alone.
I'm sorry.
You probably think that I'm a worthless human being right now, don't you?
Please, Miss Andrews. All I want to know is the truth.
After Celeste passed away, I heard that someone had hidden her suicide note. And that someone was Juan Kurita. Celeste, without her, I became scared. Everything. Everyone seemed like they were out to get me.
So you got close to Mr. Kurita to recover her suicide note, correct?
Looks like that tabloid reported the truth after all.
Ironic, isn't it? Well, like they say, where there's smoke, there's fire.
And if they purposely added fuel to the fire, they keep the celebrity world burning. But as for the suicide note, I didn't and wouldn't kill anyone for it. It just doesn't suit me, that's all. Well, that's enough for now. I still have work to do, so...
I understand.
Oh, I have one small favor to ask. My attempted suicide. I'd like for you to keep it a secret.
Miss Andrews.
If people found out about my weakness, I would sooner choose death than live.
Alright, I understand. We'll keep it a secret. Miss Andrews, I guess she's the overthinking type.
So many things she said I've been resonating with, and I'm like, oh boy.
She probably never says anything without carefully thinking it through first.
Thank you for your discretion.
Mr. Nick, can I ask you something?
What is it?
Miss Andrews has been playing with that card in her hand since a little while back.
That card? Yeah, I guess she has. Miss Andrews, what is that card you're holding?
Huh? Oh, this? I don't quite know. It just suddenly appeared in my handbag.
Oh, I got my brain. What is it? It looks like a seashell?
And that's what it looks like, doesn't it? I honestly don't remember owning this card. I wonder where I picked it up from.
Her not remembering something clearly, it sounds like it would be a rare occurrence.
Well, it must be off. I leave Mr. Engard in your capable hands. Okay, so we don't have anything else. Oh.
Well, I think we've gathered about all we can.
Well, what about Mystic Maya? Is she alright?
Oh, Pearls, she looks so worn out by all this. She hasn't slept at all, and she's been walking all over the place with me today.
What's wrong, Mr. Nick?
Let's go back to the office for a little while. You're real tired, right?
Oh no, I'm okay. Really, I'm fine. I really am.
You don't look fine to me.
Okay.
So, what now?
Well, we did find one thing out for sure. Miss Andrews has a motive.
You mean Miss Impact's suicide note?
That's right. She was also the one to discover the victim's body. Clever.
Mr. Nick, the transceiver.
Hello? Wright & Co.'s law office. Mr. Attorney, you're not answering a phone. Maya, where's Maya? As I promised, I have not gone within a few feet of her this whole time.
You.
Which is why I suppose she is absolutely famished. What? So I suggest you would a quick acquittal, my friend. At any cost, wouldn't you agree? Wait, Maya, let me hear her. Very well.
Ask my
Maya, is that you?
sis. Ask my sis.
Maya, damn it, he cut me off.
Mystic Maya said, ask my sis, didn't she?
Sis, what does she mean by that? Come on, Phoenix. You're a hopeless one. Mia! I have a message from Maya, so come, ask me anything you want about her. How's Maya? She's safe, for now. That kidnapper is one to keep his word, it seems. I'm glad to hear she's safe, but Mia, how did you know? As soon as she was locked up, Maya called for me. I read the note she left. Then I gathered as much information about her surroundings as I could. I didn't know you could use spirit channeling like that. Pretty smart of her. The kidnapper, what's he like? I don't know. Apparently, Maya went to answer a phone call at the hotel and was drugged there. And? She didn't see the face of her attacker. Ugh. Maya's locked up in a dark place right now. I'll tell you everything I heard when I was with her. When you were with her. Oh, this is an interesting way for us to see. Starving. I could really go for some apple pie. I mean, at a time like this, sweets are the only way to go. I have to stay positive. He promised he wasn't going to kill me. I'm not going to die. Sis, I wonder if you're with Nick right now. If I don't do something to the door first, I won't think I'll be moving anywhere. Huh? Someone dropped a card here. Kinda looks like a business card, but there's no name on it. Huh, it's a picture of a seashell, I think. What a strange card. There's all sorts of things piled up in here. It's too dark to see. Drat, locked. This door is locked. Seems easy enough to open. On TV, they always use a plastic card or a stiff piece of cardboard. Then click, they magically open the door. I wonder if there's a card like that I could use. Ah, this is it, the shell card. If I use this, maybe I can get the door open. So I can get my key out of here. I had a feeling this card might be useful. Such a genius. Alright, now if you'll excuse me, Mr. Kidnapper. I did it. Okay, now I'm getting the heck out of here. I shouldn't keep Nick waiting or worried. What? That's gonna be it? Hope you guys enjoyed. God damn. I'll see y'all next time. Bye. Wait, hold on. How did she escape, but like he still had the voice of like, ask my sis? I'm so confused right now. We'll figure it out next episode. Bye.